Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning for our 9 a.m. Mystic Outdoors Yoga. My name is Dima, and I'll be guiding you through the practice. We've got some lovely beings here with us outside, and it's not just humans. We've got lots of birds and other beings from nature. And we'll get started by bringing the attention down to the ground and finding a comfortable position, reclining or seated or any other position that you choose. And as you invite the attention to settle into the ground, let the in-breath and the out-breath guide you into being, simple being. You might direct the attention to a sense of in-breath and out-breath, or you might direct the attention to nothing in particular. And that can give the sense of focus a break. Just kind of like opening the sense of focus to simple being where there's sounds happening, there's breath happening, there's a sensation happening internally and externally, like the breeze of fresh air. And then the rest of the senses, like the sense of smell. And this can give us the possibility of enjoying simple being without any sense of identity, just for a few moments, kind of forgetting responsibility, forgetting who we think we are, and just being part of this happening, this mystery, this happening, this big event. And this might be a little bit scary for the creature of the body at one point, just feeling kind of floating in space, and that's where we can regain awareness to ground. The ground is there. And throughout your day, you might take a break from anything that you're doing and just take a couple of minutes to connect with being, resting in being. Just sort of remembering this happening that we are so blessedly part of. Take a deep in-breath together and let it go together. more time. And wherever you are, start to make some motions throughout your body. And maybe you are sitting up and you start to circle the shoulders around. Maybe you're lying down and you start to kind of bring the knees towards the chest and rock side to side. And then at some point, I'll direct everybody to roll over onto your sides and rise up to a seated position. You can start rubbing the palms together, activating those palm centers and chakras. And then place these hands on top of the chest, maybe one over the belly. And letting the attention kind of rest for a moment on the heart center. Honoring this human heart. And also honoring the higher heart, that large one expression of heart throughout the universe. And your mind might not know what I'm talking about, but there is this incredible connectedness, interconnectedness. So tap into that within your heart space that is in common with all beings. And from that place, we together join with the sound of Om, the sacred sound, primordial sound. Deep cleansing breath. And let it go. Inhale. And as you slowly open your eyes, take your time to make your way into a table pose. And once you get into your table pose, you might find your way into some arches and curls. Now you can hear me much better. Maybe turn it down a little. And as you start to arch and curl the spine and really kind of get into the back body and the front of the body, there's the potential to experiment with some rocking motion side to side in the tailbone at the same time as you're arching and curling, or alternating between the arches and the curls. So just kind of exploring what it's like around the lower back, exploring what it's like around the upper back, and then getting connected a little bit more with the cervical spine, the neck area, including the head rising and lowering. Good. And at some point, stand onto your knees. Come on up onto your knees. And reach your arms overhead. Make fists circle your wrists around. And then in the other direction. And then take your arms sideways, elbows drop down, all the way down towards the ribs, and then reaching all the way up overhead. Inhaling up and exhaling down, elbows towards the rib cage. One more time, in and out. And one more time, reaching the arms overhead, make fists again, circle the wrists around. And then shake up those wrists. And then slowly make your way back into your table pose. And separate the knees a little bit wider and start to circle the hips around into some rotational motions. At some point, make your way into a child pose, expanding the hips all the way back. And once you do that, see if the length of the spine can be felt, and also the expression of the arms forward without yanking onto the shoulder blades, so that you're just relaxed in the shoulders. And then within that place, start to really draw your hips a little bit more back. And let the hands feel the firmness of the ground so that you can start to feel the stretch in the side body as well. Again, without yanking onto the shoulders. Beautiful. One more in-breath. On the out-breath, shift forward enough so that your shoulders are on top of your wrists. Maybe walk your knees back slightly if needed. We're going to take a little bit of a push-up down and up and back into a child pose. Again, shifting forward with the in-breath, the out-breath pushing down and up and back into a child pose. We'll do this 3 more times, inhaling forward, exhaling down and up, and back. Inhale forward, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale back. One more time, in and out, and back, and start to rock those hips side to side a little bit more. And then at one point, shift the right hip towards the right some more. And then expand your right arm towards the left and forward so that we can get a little bit more of a stretch into the side body. And back to the center. And drawing the hip over to the left side. And walking your left hand over to the right and forward. Good. Returning back to the center. Come back into table pose. Curl the toes under and expand the hips up and back into downward facing dog. And begin to kind of pedal the feet, finding some expression throughout the hips, sideways, back and forth. And at one point, reach your right leg up towards the sky with the in-breath. Circle the ankle around a few times. And then release it back down and take it to the other side. Let there be a release of that left leg down. Take a deep in-breath together. On the out-breath, bring your right knee towards your chest and into a plank. Extend yourself back. Release the right leg down. And then bring the left knee towards the chest into a plank. Inhale back into like a V-shaped downward dog. Release the leg. On the exhale, right knee to the chest into a plank. Inhale back into a V-shaped downward dog. And exhale, left knee towards the chest, plank. 2 more times, 1 on each side. Inhale back. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale back. And exhale, left knee to chest. And then as you come back into downward facing dog, slowly walk your hands back towards your feet and separate your feet wider so that you're at the outside edges of the mat. Maybe you get onto the grass like I am. And then starting to kind of rock side to side, maybe bending one knee a little as the hip draws to the right. And then the left knee a little as the hip draws to the left. Just getting into the inner thighs and the legs a little bit more. And at some point, return to center. Toe heel the feet so that they're hip distance apart. Squat down a little, bring hands onto thighs, and press yourself all the way up to standing. Take a deep in-breath as 2 arms reach overhead. And on the out-breath, palms come to heart space. Take an in-breath as 2 arms reach overhead. On the out-breath, twist over towards the right and sink down onto a little bit of a chair. Take an in-breath, reach the arms overhead. And to the other side. Inhale, 2 arms reach overhead. And on the exhale, release down to a horizontal expression of the arms. 1 more time, in and out. We'll do it 1 more time on each side. As you return back to the center, take an in-breath. On the out-breath, bow, hinge from the hips, bend the knees, forward fold. In a halfway lift. On the out, step back to come into a plank pose, or step forward rather, planting the palms down and walking them forward into a plank. As you position the shoulders on top of the wrists, press the floor away, feel the activation of the hands away from the earth. And then taking that same push-up that we did, maybe releasing the knees, or maybe not releasing the knees, into a halfway. And then take it into upward facing dog or a baby cobra. So you can open up through the heart. Back to your downward facing dog. See if you can really allow the spine to elongate back as you bend the knees even more. Bend the knees even more and draw more weight back. Feel the length of that spine. The right leg reaches to the sky as you inhale. On the exhale, the knee comes towards the chest and you curl into that plank, that same plank that we did before, knee to chest. Good. Inhale, elongate back. On the exhale, the knee comes to the chest. You step forward towards your right thumb, finding a crescent lunge as you open up. Bending the back knee, allowing the back knee to feel really tucked under, hip tucks under. And then we breathe in and out here. Let the arms come back into goalpost, expressing those elbows sideways. And as you bend the back knee even more and tuck the pelvis under, bring the elbows back towards the rib cage. Same movement we did earlier. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, elbows towards ribs. 2 more times, in. And out. Last time, in. And out. Now, take the hands behind the back, grabbing a hold of opposite elbows. And see if you can draw the sternum forward and up and roll the shoulders down the back. Maybe some movements throughout the neck. Feel the activity of that pelvis tucking under still. Inhale. And on the exhale, dial the back heel down. Open it up to your warrior two. Make fists with hands, circle wrists. And then allow for the expression of those arms to expand sideways and look towards your left and look towards your right. And now draw particular attention to the shoulders as you relax them further, expressing the arms apart. Take an in-breath to reverse your warrior. And on the out-breath, return back to the center. Cartwheel the hands down. And then as you plant your palms down, toe heel the right foot towards the right some more. And get the right toes to face sideways. The hands come to the inside. Take an in-breath together. And on the out-breath, twist to your right, opening up. On the out-breath, release the hand back down. And step it back to your plank. Hold for an inhale. On the exhale, lower down Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or a cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Draw more weight back into the hips and reach the left leg up towards the sky. Take it in. On the out, find that plank again, knee to the chest. Good, lengthen it back. The slower, the stronger. Exhale, knee to the chest. Step foot to the left thumb. Making your way upwards into crescent. Take your time to place the foot mindfully and then raise upwards using your core. Bending back knee, tucking pelvis under. And then really kind of starting to appreciate that tucking of the tailbone under. You might bend and extend the back knee. Bend and extend. And eventually bend it, tuck it, hold it, arms sideways, in breath. And out breath. The next in breath, reach the arms overhead. On the out breath, elbows towards the rib cage. Again. Use the breath more now, allowing the out breath to be audible. One more time, inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, dial back, heel down. As you exhale, open it up to your warrior two. And now, kind of getting acquainted with the left hip a little bit more as you circle the wrists around. Opening palms, spreading your wings wide, and then looking right and left. As you maintain your weight in that left leg, take an in-breath. And on the out breath, keeping that same amount of weight in the left leg, reverse your warrior. Feel the in-breath once again. And on the out breath, cartwheeling the hands down. And as you arrive down, toe heel that left foot towards the left, getting the toes to face sideways some more, like you're about to come into lizard, but you're not. And then open it up towards the left into a twist. Return back to the center, plant the palms down, and then step back to a plank. And now we're going to start to alternate between the stepping forward on the right for a twist and then the stepping forward on the left for a twist. It looks like this. Front plank, inhale. On the exhale, bring the right knee towards the right elbow and step the foot to the outside. And it's not particularly right at the front. It's a little bit more back behind the right hand. Toes are facing sideways, opening up for an in-breath. On the out-breath, release down. Step back to a plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Stepping to the side and opening up to the left. We're going to speed it up just a little bit. Release hand. Step back in breath. Exhale, step to the right. And twist. Release, inhale as you step back. Exhale as you step to the left. And twist. Release, inhale, step back. Exhale, step forward. And twist. And again, down, step back, inhale, and exhale, and twist. Release, inhale back, exhale forward, and twist. And keep it on your own rhythm as you alternate between the two, until you start feeling the fire in your core, throughout your spine. Mindfully stepping to the side. Look at my foot. Look at my left foot and my right foot and where they're ending up. They're not right by my hand. They're more to the side and the front. And you're all on camera, so you kind of have to keep going. Let's do this 4 more times, 2 on each side. Last time, as you step to the right, open it up in breath. Out breath, step back to the left. Inhale and exhale, step back. Beautiful. Hold your plank and lower down onto your forearms. Tuck the pelvis under, draw the chest a little bit more forward. Press the floor away. Draw more length through the crown of the head forward. Pull that navel in and up. Squeeze the glutes muscles and the quads. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you release your hips down, see if you can find more length throughout the body. So maybe you draw your arms a little bit more forward and your legs back. And then with the fingertips alongside the body, tented on the ground, activate the shoelace sides of the feet and lift your chest up. Squeeze those shoulder blades muscles a lot. And then expand your arms sideways. And now squeeze those shoulder blades muscles even more towards one another. And reach the arms back fingertips touch. Inhale, arms sideways. And exhale, arms back, fingertips touch. The neck is nice and long. Inhale, sideways. And exhale, fingertips touch. Squeeze those quads muscles too. One last time. Inhale, arms sideways. Exhale, fingertips touch. Maybe if your hands can interlace and it feels good to you, you lift the heart a little lower and then the legs. If the interlacing isn't happening, just keep drawing more length back. For 3, 2, and 1. Activate the hands alongside the chest and draw yourself back into a child pose. You feel the length of the spine, feel the rocking side to side like I'm doing of the tailbone can help release the lower back a little. And then coming right back into downward facing dog. Take a deep in-breath together and out-breath together. Bend the knees a lot, press more weight back. Good. Now we'll take our time and slowly reach the right leg up towards the sky with the in-breath. The out-breath, the knee comes to the chest. And then we step the foot to the right side like we did before for that twist. As the left hand grounds down into the ground, you find the twist with the in-breath. You either stay here or come into this funky looking side plank where the right hand comes to the hip and you draw the left leg back and extend it forward. There we go. If the hips drop down, press them higher up. And then slowly step back. Plant right hand down, step right foot back, stabilize. And then left foot to the side, into your twist. And then right leg threads through. As you return back into your plank, reposition the feet and find your downward facing dog. And as you shift back into plank, step the foot regular now, the right foot forward, bending the back knee, finding your way into that crescent, tucking pelvis under. Draw the arms upwards, and then see if you can find a little bit more of an opening through the chest. Maybe the arms come into goalpost as you do this, or maybe they continue to interlace overhead, depending on your comfort level. Take your time to really feel that tucking of the pelvis under. And then as you come back into your crescent, shift your weight into your right leg and drag that left foot forward, bringing the left knee towards the chest. Good. Now coming into a variation of a airplane position where the right knee remains bent. You're drawing the hips back. It's like a one-legged squat. Extend the left leg and land it back into a crescent, tucking pelvis under. Now as you shift your weight into the right leg, we're going to drag the left foot forward. So you're using the activation of the right heel into the ground to lift. Now you can see why I don't have a mat. It's much easier on the ground itself. And taking your way back into balance, expanding the leg back, feeling the strength through the right leg, and then landing into your crescent. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, shift forward, drag the back foot, and exhale, elongate back, and land into crescent. Good job. One last time. We're going to hold the balance this time. Expand the right arm back and up, rather. And then take a twist, like we did before, but on one leg to the left. Now either maintain the left knee bend, or bend and extend through the left leg. Your right leg should be on fire, that's the point. Squeeze your right glute just a little bit more. And the next time that you either bend it or extend it, you can grab a hold of the thigh with your right hand or the shin and just go a little deeper into the twist. One more deep in breath. On the out breath, land yourself back into crescent and dial the back heel down to find your way into side angle. So we're just going to shift the weight towards the right leg and hinge, 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 hinge. And then as you open up into side angle, stay here just for one breath. And the right leg will feel the relief in triangle once you expand the right leg, nice and long. And breathe in and out. And breathe. One more in breath together. On the out breath, return to the center. Make your feet face the wide edge of the mat to come into a wide-legged forward fold. And as you shake the head, no and yes. See if you can really let go of that neck. And let the entire back body kind of relax as much as possible. Notice if there's any rounding throughout the upper back. And see if you can elongate it just a little bit more. Now listen up. Going to bend the right knee, draw the hips back towards the right. Keep the right hand on the ground and then twist to the left. Good, so you're keeping that elongation through the left leg, feeling the stretch in the left inner thigh and twisting. Good. Release the left hand back down. And take your time to bend the left knee. Draw your hips to the left. Position your left hand under your left shoulder. And then slowly twist to the right. Good job. Let's do it again. Release. Position your right hand under your right shoulder. Bend your right knee. And twist it out. You might even bend through the right elbow slightly if you need to. Nice. Keep your right knee on top of your right ankle. Come back to center. Walk your hands over towards the left. Position your left hand under your left shoulder as you bend the left knee. And twist to the right. Good job. One last time. To the right and then to the left. Wonderful. Come back to the center. Walk your hands over towards your right knee. Come into a runner lunge. And step back into your downward facing dog. Feel the length of the spine. A release in the neck. And then slowly shift your weight into plank pose. And from plank, step your right foot to the right, taking that twist that we did before. Either stay here or thread your back leg through. Returning back to plank. Stepping left foot. Either stay here as you twist or threading the back leg through. Nice. And then once you got there, come back into downward facing dog. The left leg rises up to the sky. And you step forward into a regular crescent lunge. Once you arrive, we'll find our way into that same motion of dragging the back foot forward, coming into a balance, and then slowly going back into a variation of Warrior 3 or airplane, dialing the right hip down and landing crescent. And we'll alternate between the two. Shift, dragging the back foot. I can't emphasize enough the dragging of the back foot. And a slow expansion back. The landing. Tucking under the opening. And then once again, drag, 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 drag. Nice and slow. And one more time back. As you land. And then the next time you come back into balance, I want you to hold that there. And then make your twist over towards the side, towards the right. Holding the twist. Either staying here or bending and extending. Maybe you even grab a hold of your thigh with the left hand. Maybe you hold the leg extended or bent and deepen your twist a little bit more. Return back to center. Make your way back into your crescent. And dial back, heel down, to find your side angle as you hinge, 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 hinge. And then go deeper into the side angle. Any variations are welcome. Into triangle, relieving the left leg by expanding it. Tucking the hips under just a little more. Micro bend in that left knee. Deep in breath together and out breath together. Let's do 2 more breaths. Transitioning from here into a wide-legged stance, facing the side for a wide-legged forward fold. Readjusting your legs accordingly. And as you find that wide-legged fold, take it to your kind of like how your body wants to move. Just take it wherever it wants to go. You might enjoy an inversion, and you might enjoy some movement side to side. You might do the same motions we did before. And just let your body kind of do this dance. Dance of breath and life, energy, and the multi-layers of our existence, physical, subtle, emotional, mental. This yoga practice. And eventually all of us will meet back in a wide-legged forward fold. Shaking the head no and yes. Especially if you took an inversion, there's the opportunity to let go of the tension in the neck. And then slowly returning back to center and walking your hands to the left foot for a runner lunge. From there, step back, finding your way into your plank pose. Hold for the in-breath. The out-breath, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. In for an upward dog or a cobra. And out to your downward facing dog. And then let's take some back and forth presses that could potentially turn into some kicks or some hops. I call them Shakti kicks. They look like this. Bending, knees, pressing forward, maybe hopping and landing. And then that hop can potentially take you straight to the front. Landing nice and lightly forward. Beautiful. Slowly rising all the way up to stand. Take a deep in-breath. And the out-breath, palms to heart space. And we'll slowly take our time to come down to the ground into a seated position. And then as you bring yourself into like an easy sitting pose with the right leg forward from the left, bend the right knee, keep the right ankle in front of the left ankle, and then slowly make your twist to the right, making a kickstand with the right hand and twisting. As you return back to the center, grab a hold of the outside of your right foot with your left hand, or the outside of your right shin with your left hand, and extend the leg into a twist as you inhale, maybe even expanding the right arm to the side. And as you exhale, turn to face the front and bring your right knee towards your chest. Inhale, twist again, re-extend. Exhale, knee to chest. We'll do that 3 more times. Last time, as you extend and hold, maybe you stay here for a few breaths. See if your sternum can really grow upwards more. Your neck get longer upwards. Your shoulders can relax more. And your right knee can micro bend slightly so that you're not overextending it. Beautiful. As you return back to the center, right knee comes back to the chest. Maybe you grab a hold of the outside of the right foot with the right hand and press back just a little more for more of an opener in the hip. Wonderful. Let's take it to the other side. Switch legs. Left foot goes to the front. Left knee bends. And we take that twist to the side. Come back to center, extend the left leg forward, grab a hold of the outside of the foot with the right hand or the shin or the ankle. Extend the left arm back. Inhale here. On the exhale, knee to chest, turn to the front. Inhale, expand, long, feel the in-breath to rise upward. Out breath, knee to chest. You can even pull the knee towards the left shoulder a little. And again, in and out. Last time, as you inhale and twist, stay here and take a couple more breaths. Good. Return back to the center. Go just a little bit deeper into the hip if you wish. Expanding that left knee back. And then coming into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet come together, knees separate, and the feet go a little bit forward, more forward than you think. Taking a few rocking side to side, opening through the heart. Either staying here or bowing forward into a forward fold. And if you bow forward, you might even consider walking the hands over towards the left and feeling the stretch in the left side here, the outer hip. And into the right side, the outer hip. And as you return back to the center, make your way into a boat pose. So the feet plant down, the knees bend, and you just shift back, Navasana boat pose. Just shift back so that you're balancing on your sacrum and relax your shoulders. Engage the pelvic floor muscles. Let the neck be really loose. And then lower just a little bit more. Keep the spine nice and long. If it starts to affect your lower back, come all the way down. And a little bit more. And then slowly rolling all the way down. Bend your knees, plant the feet on the ground, and come into a bridge pose. As you activate those arms alongside the body, lift your hips off the ground. Squeeze your glutes muscles a little bit more. Hug in towards the center as if you had a big block that you're squeezing into. Tuck tailbone under more and more and more. Draw more length forward. And then slowly release. Bringing both knees towards the chest, giving them a squeeze. And then any motions that feel really good to your body here. And then roll over onto your left side into like a little bit of a fetal position. Bring your right hand towards your left hand. And then reach your arm all the way up and around. The elbow presses down towards the ground, and you open yourself up into a reclining twist. And rest. The church bells are ringing. And the birds are singing. And all these things that we did were part of the big happening. And then back to the center. And lift yourself up and over to the side first. Position yourself sideways. Left hand on top of the right. And then the left arm reaches all the way up and over the head. And back down to the side. Elbow presses down so that your left shoulder kind of tries to reach the ground as much as possible. And finding that twist. And as you return onto your flat back on the ground for Shavasana, once again, let the focus of attention relax. Relaxing the focus of attention so that you're not focusing on anything in particular. Notice if you're efforting anywhere around the breath. And see if you can let the breath be natural. And let that sense of doership just drop for a few moments. And allowing everything within awareness to have equal inclusivity. sense of touch so that you're feeling the breeze caressing your skin. A sense of weight, the weight of the body against the ground. Sense of sound. And let yourself go. And trust that you'll be guided back. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Mani Padme Hum. Take a deep in-breath together and let it go. We'll take a few moments to reestablish the coming back into the body. You might remain reclined, or you might roll over onto your side. And if you rolled onto your side, find your way back into a seated position. And all of us will meet with the hands again at the heart. Honoring this happening and trusting that we are being guided back home. Every breath, every moment. And closing together with the sound of Om, a cleansing breath. Inhale. Thank you, lovely people, for joining us today, and namaste.